Happy Monday. So it's just me, Tamara, Tam Joyner. Xavier is at baseball practice. Baseball season is starting. Hopefully, he can join me on the next one. So I'm wearing my baseball cap, not only in honor of him and Wrightwood, but because my hair's not combed. Repping my oldest son. It is still Autism Awareness Acceptance Month. I'm sure on too. I'm nice and shiny. All right, let me get myself on online like I like to do. I'm missing my little sidekick. um, and things that want to pop on, I guess because he wasn't here. I don't know, but hope you all are doing good, great, or better. So we weren't here last month, in March when we were on. I had to laugh at myself because I tackled Stacey Abrams' Stacey's Extraordinary Words. Xavier and I read it together, and I messed up and said monotonous. And the word, let me find that word. Yeah. And then realized when I got off it was monotonous. You have to laugh at yourself. Can't take life too seriously. So guess what I'm doing? I'm tackling another Stacey Abrams book. I'm so brave. This one is Stacey's Remarkable Books, illustrated by Kit Thomas. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best to do this without Xavier James. All right, so here we go. I am on my page, and here we go. Okay. Stacey Abrams, Stacey's Remarkable Books. Love the illustration. Okay. Stacey's favorite day of the week is Thursday, when the whole class goes to the library and she gets to lose herself in her beloved books. Um, that's like an intro there. I read it because I posted it on Facebook. Xavier and I went to the library. Got him a library card. Got me a new library card. I didn't know you can keep the books out now like forever. Things have so changed. So we have a lot of books to read. So well, I have a lot. See, I keep saying we because it's always him and I. So we'll see if this one gets us through the 30 minutes. And if not, I have backup. So here we go. Here we go. Here we go. It was recess, the best time of the day. Kids ran around the playground, shouting and laughing, playing and jumping. That is, everyone except for Stacy. Instead of playing, Stacy lay beneath the big tree and read her book. There's Stacy reading her book under the trees while the other children are playing. In books, she could pretend to be good at everything, like making new friends and trying new things. When she reads books, she could be anyone, a magician or a superhero or a pirate sailing the high seas. But in real life, she was just Stacy. Can I sit here too? Stacy looked up and saw Julie, the new kid. They were both in Mrs. Blakesley's class. It's Julie. And Stacy. Sure, Stacy said. Want to read one of my books? Julie shook her head. No, thanks. Do you like reading? Asked Stacy. I love it. I do too, said Julie, but I'm not very good at reading in English yet. Stacy thought for a moment and smiled. Today is your lucky day. Today is Thursday, Adventure Day. Adventure Day was her own special name for the day the whole class visited the library. Mrs. Blakesley announced that it was time to go back inside. Come on, Stacy said to Julie. After math, we'll be on our way. Soon the afternoon bell rang. Together the class walked through the hallways to the library, the amazing room of books and magazines and computers, and best of all, stories. I used to love going to the library. It's a Broadway library on, no, Edgewater Library on Broadway. And then there was a restaurant across the street where we would go and get cheese fries, Rotunda and I. Shout out to Swift Elementary. When the class entered the library, Mr. McCormick, the librarian, greeted them with a smile. Then he repeated what he said every Thursday. Welcome to the library of learning. Touch everything. Read anything. Find your new favorite book and be kind. Stacy showed Julie her favorite section of the library. Taking turns, they picked out a stack of books almost as tall as they were and walked carefully to a yellow reading table. It was funny taking Xavier to the library for the first time. And he had all those books. he was like, Mommy, isn't this the polling place? So he had only been there to watch myself and his brother vote. So I definitely had to take him more often. But he enjoyed it. Mr. McCormick says we can find answers to almost every problem in the library, Stacy said. My mom and dad say reading well takes practice. Why don't we practice together? At home, I read in my family's language, Julie explained. Intrigued, Stacy asked, what language does your family speak? Vietnamese. Julie looked around the rows and rows of books that lined the library walls. One day, though, I would like to read every story in here. I like to tell stories, too. Stacy understood. She had the same dream. To read every book ever written. To tell stupendous stories using extraordinary words. Maybe if we read together, we can make our dreams come true. Julie grinned. I like that. My friends in elementary school were Rotunda, Enu, and Dawn. We were the four amigos. From then on, every Thursday, Stacy and Julie went on their own adventures. They hunted through the bookshelves to find tales they could read together. They giggled about an octopus who could play 8 instruments. A mystery about a hidden sock gave them the chills. With each book, they took turns sounding out the words, like monotonous. If Julie stumbled, Stacy would help. One afternoon, Julie brought another student named Hattie to their table. Hattie's family had moved from Gambia the year before. I'm not sure if that's Gambia or Gambia. I need to look that up. I've never heard of it. Learn something new when you read, even a children's book. Do you want to read with us? We're starting a reading club, Stacy said. In our new book, we're floating in space with astronauts and applesauce. This story is Hey Qua, if I said that right, said Julie. That means so cool in Vietnamese. Yes, I love to be in the club, Dama Canton. Hattie winked at Julie. That means I'm happy in Wolof. Oh, I'm really learning some stuff tonight, y'all. I will be looking these up. Uh-oh. Soon, they were adding new readers to their club. They read at recess and at Julie's house, by Hattie's pool, in the park at Sam's birthday party. Sam's family had moved from South Korea years before he was born. He showed everyone in the book that Stacy had given him. Okay, here we go. Gomo Warrior. Gomo Warrior. He said to her, thank you. In Sam's new book, the reading club met a turtle who could predict the future. So they're starting a whole book club. I was in a book club too, called Phenomenal Women. It was that Bernie, Tracy, Tasha, Katanya, Elaine. Who else am I missing? Ralph. Did Ralph read the books? Lamanda, Letitia. Hope I'm not forgetting anyone. Shout out to the Phenomenal Women. Yeah, we used to have book club. I missed that. With her friend, Stacy learned beautiful words and languages she had never heard before, and she got to know more kids in her class. The reading club got bigger and bigger, and the stories got better and better. When the bell rang one Thursday, Stacy quickly got in line. Jenny, who sat on the other side of the class from Stacy, came over. I'd like to join the reading club. I checked out an awesome book about a dinosaur who learns how to dance in the ballet. Jenny was very popular, but Stacy had never talked to her. I haven't read that one yet, Stacy said shyly. Vamos a reír mucho. Jenny explained in Spanish. We're going to laugh a lot. I had to have my sister, my work sister, Jenny, tell me how to say that properly. More and more kids began to join the reading club, like Vikal, whose family came from Indonesia. Even kids from Miss B's class, each brought their own words and different histories. Mr. McCormick got permission for the reading club to stay after school. That's cool. He brought them special books written about where each of them was from or in the languages they spoke. So that was cool of Mr. McCormick. We need some Mr. McCormick in the schools these days. Does your child's school have a Mr. McCormick that will let them have a book club after school? Xavier's in gardening club, but not a book club. One afternoon at recess, Julie and Stacy finished another terrific story. Want to play kickball? Julie asked. Stacy shook her head. No thanks. Why not? They look like they're having fun. Because I'm not very good at games like that. Maybe if you play more, you can improve, Julie teased her. My friend Stacy told me it helps to practice. So I have the tables of turn. Now she's getting her to do something new. It's like my sister got me to do something new this weekend. Shout out to Tamika, my favorite realtor. Stacy stared at the kids running around. Her stomach wobbled, but this time she felt excitement instead of nervousness. If she tried, she could be out on the playground too, spinning in circles and running like a cheetah, laughing and having fun, like her favorite characters in her favorite books. Julie took Stacy's hand. Come on, it will be an adventure. Stacy imagined kicking the ball so high it would reach the sun. Let's go! You have to read that loud. And that is the end. And there's Stacy. Is this Stacy in the picture? Oh no, I think that's her friend Julie. So if you don't have this book, you should grab this book for your little one. And there's that she has a list of Stacy's remarkable books. So she has, I'm thinking I have to read a little more. These are the books that her and her friends read. That's pretty cool. 7:15. I have 15 more minutes. All right. I tackled a Stacey Abrams book. I'm proud of myself. Had to tell Xavier all about it. So many choices. Let me see. I Am Enough. This was written actually by a young lady from, she's an actress from the show Empire and what's the name? Harlem. She's also on Harlem too. So many books, so many books. What do I want to do? What do I do? I'm gonna have this one stuck in my hand. One that I can read in 15 minutes. It looks a little long. Okay, something different here. We ask permission. All right, let's see. We say what's okay. We ask permission with songs with Song from Peaceful Schools. Jovan peeked into the block area. He saw Jackson carefully balancing blocks to build a tall tower. Jovan crept closer. Jackson, said Jovan, jumping in for a hug. Jackson was surprised. He lost his balance and knocked over his tower. Jovan, you made my tower fall. Jovan stepped back confused. He was just trying to say hello. Why was Jackson angry? Jackson, do you want to play detective with me? Jovan asked. No, Jackson said angrily. He turned around to fix his tower. Jovan said annoyed. He walked away. Detective Jovan crept along the shelves towards Deja. She was sitting in the library, with Mr. B. Jovan tiptoed close and flung his arms around Deja's shoulders. Gotcha, he said. Deja pushed him away. Jovan, get off of me. Jovan frowned. Jovan's a little touchy-feely. Reminds me of myself. Miss H waved Jovan over. Jovan, what's wrong? Jackson and Deja are being mean to me, said Jovan. Tell me more. I tried to hug them, but they got mad. They don't want me around. Jovan crossed his arms and huffed angrily. Maybe the hug surprised them, said Miss H. It's important to ask permission before you touch someone. Every time, asked Jovan. Every time, answered Miss H. Why don't we start practicing that? Jovan nodded. Next to Jovan, the guinea pig cage rattled. Jovan's eyes lit up. He turned toward the guinea pigs and said, Hi, Ramona. Hi, Ace. Ramona snuffled and squeaked, her little nose wiggling. Ace ran into the little hut. Jovan tapped on the cage. Ace, Ace, hello. Ace, can I pet you? He poked his fingers at Ace, who hid under the bedding. Jovan's eyebrows scrunched together. So here it is again. He's trying to touch, this time an animal. And they're like, no. Miss H said gently, Jovan, tapping on the cage scares the pets. We're a lot bigger than they are. But I wanted to say hi to Ace. I even asked if I could touch him, Jovan replied. Miss H smiled. Thank you for remembering to ask. But pets can't understand or answer us the way most people can. So we get to be body language detectives. Jovan looked up in surprise. He liked to play detective. This could be fun. But there was something he didn't understand. What's a body language detective? Miss H explained, body language detectives watch for clues from others' bodies. These clues help us figure out how others might be feeling. Look at Ramona. She's close to you and squeaking. That tells us she's happy and likes hearing our voices right now. What is Ace doing? Miss H asked. He's hiding, Jovan said. Yes, he ran into the hut and dug under the bedding. What do you think that tells us, Detective Jovan? He wants to be alone? Yes. Is being a body language detective just for pets? Asked Jovan. Nope. It's for people too, said Miss H. Why don't you watch your friend's body language for clues and report back? And remember, we ask before we touch. Jovan wandered around the classroom for a bit. He walked quietly over to the block area where Jackson was still building a tower. Jackson's tongue was sticking out a little. He squinted at the spot where he was about to place a block. He moved his hand slowly as he set the block down. Jackson looked up. What are you staring at? I'm being a detective. You are? Yep. Miss H said I can figure out how people are feeling from what their bodies are doing. So what am I feeling? I think you like your tower a lot. You feel like you want to be careful with it. Yeah, that's right, said Jackson. Can I be a detective too? We could be partners, Javon answered. Hey, Jackson, can I give you a high five? Yes, they both cheered. They slapped palms and Javon grinned. Asking first had worked. Jackson said, let's get magnifying glasses from the science table. The two boys grabbed magnifying glasses and started looking for clues. So, got permission to touch him, and it worked out. The boys walked to the library. Mr. B was still reading to Deja. Jackson held the magnifying glass close to Deja's face. She scowled and pushed it away. Javon called, Jackson, we ask before we touch people. Deja, we're being detectives. Can we study you? Deja said, yes, but do it fast. I want to finish this book with Mr. B. That's how Deja sounds. Why is this baby inspecting her face? Let's see. The boys both looked closely at Deja. Javon said, Deja's mouth is a straight line. I think that means go away. Deja giggled. Jackson said, now she's smiling. I think that means she's happy. Javon looked at Mr. B. Mr. B's eyebrows are doing this. One eyebrow up. He said, copying Mr. B's wiggling eyebrows. I think that means he feels silly. Giving him the rock eyebrow. Mr. B made another silly face at the children. Then he said, Javon. Yeah, Javon replied. You're dancing around a bit. I think this clue means you need to go potty. All three children giggled and Javon skipped to the toilet. When Javon returned, both boys went to Miss H, waving magnifying glasses. Miss H, we're good detectives. We asked to look at our friends and they said yes. What did you discover? Asked Miss H. Deja felt happy, and Mr. B was being silly, and Javon had to go potty. Well done, detectives. Javon turned to Jackson and reached for a hug. He stopped himself, pulled back, held out his hand instead, using a very serious Detective Javon voice. He asked, Jackson, may I shake your hand? Jackson laughed. Yep. Javon shook Jackson's hand and said, Congratulations, Detective Jackson. Congratulations, Detective Javon, Jackson said, smiling from ear to ear. That's the end. So this was a book about consent, teaching your children about asking permission and making sure that people are not, putting their hands on them. There's some cool information in here about practice being body language detectives, role play, asking permission. They have a song about asking permission. And the author is Lydia Bowers, and Isabel Munoz was the illustrator. And there's the song, We Ask for Permission. You don't want me to sing it, do you? Let me see. 3 minutes. Why not? I don't know the word. I don't know the chorus, but it just says, we ask permission each and every time. Clap, clap. We ask permission to never cross the line. Clap, clap. Even though I know how things may be, asking first is what works. Permission is the key. Always ask before we touch. Waiting for an answer is what's right. If it's yes, it's a go. If it's a no, that means no. Whatever the answer, it's all right. Did you ask for a hug? You made the right decision. Was the answer no? Then that's why we ask permission. Then you do the chorus again. I won't do that to you guys. Emotions can be tricky. They can be shown in many ways. I'll show you what respect is. Be body language detectives and watch for clues every day. Do they look happy? I'll use my eyes to look and see. Do they look sad? What does their body language say to me? Even though I know, even though I think I know how things may be, asking first is what works. Permission is the key. We ask permission each and every time. We ask permission to never cross the line. And even though I think I know how things may be, asking for asking first is what works. Permission is the key. And there's 3 claps. It is it's 7:28. So I think that's how I'm going out with a song. So again, the books that we read, I miss my baby. He better be hitting balls and catching balls and running fast since he couldn't be here with me. I miss you, Xavier. We Asked Permission by Lydia Bowers. And I did good today. Stacey Abrams, Stacey's Remarkable Books. And just as a reminder, if you don't have it, it was really good. It had some great words in it. Was Stacey's Extraordinary Words. So I know he read 2 of these books on his own, so I think we're going to get a whole new batch. Once I check his baseball schedule, I'll see if we will be around on a Monday in the month of May, which is next week. Wow. And his first game is this Thursday, so good luck to Xavier and the Wrightwood Little League. First game is Thursday. They are out in the cold. And I'm here in the house, so I guess I should go up there before it ends. Oh, it's 7:30. I can't go now. I'll go get plates ready so he can eat. But thank you for joining me without my X-Man. I hope you enjoyed virtual bedtime stories with me, Tamara Joyner, and we may see you in May. Have a good, great, or better week. Take care. Be safe. Peace out.